Marriage is one institution that we keep on learning until we die, until we retire. We keep on learning. Every day you learn something new. Every day you learn something new. You can never know the end from the beginning. Sometimes you ask yourself, did this thing really happen to me? Marriage is a very, very strong teacher, and it teaches us issues of life. And because of this reason, some people cannot really bear it. Some people, they are taken unawares. Some people don't get what they expected from the beginning of the marriage. And most of the time, why we are disappointed is because we had a lot of expectations before going into marriage. And after entering into marriage, you now realize that those expectations are not actually happening, they're not coming to pass. Welcome to Godly Cancer. My name is Mary Egbude. This is Godly Cancer with Mary Egbude. Thank you for following this channel. Thank you for subscribing to this channel. If you have not subscribed yet, please do so. God bless you. Today we are going to be looking at everyday issues in marriage. Everyday issues in marriage. Different things happen in marriage that sometimes our mouths will not be able to say it. So many couples are into marriage right now, and majority of them are enduring the relationship. They no longer have interest, and they cannot live. They're no longer interested in that marriage, but at the same time, they cannot live. Sometimes it gets to a point whereby you feel you no longer love your partner. There's no love anymore. Let me just endure. And I ask this question: for how long do you want to endure? How long? Before we went into marriage relationship, we were two individuals from two different backgrounds, two different beliefs, two different mindsets. And we came together as one. And like the Bible will say, two cannot work together except they agree. So which means we were in agreement, two of us, before we decided to go into the marriage relationship. But it gets to a point in every marriage that you are no longer in agreement. And you ask yourself, what am I still doing here? Is it still worth it staying in this relationship? Some of my marriage talks I've discussed about violence in marriage, that when a partner is being violent, it's time for you to separate for a while you begin to pray and look for counsel outside of the home so that you will not be hurt. But today I'm not looking at violence, physical violence. I'm looking at emotional torture. Emotional torture. Yes. Personally, if you ask me, I believe that emotional torture is even more deadlier than physical violence. Sometimes you see two couples living together in a house and they're no longer in talking terms. And even if they talk, their talk is no longer from the heart, it's just from the lips. There's no more communication, there's no more affection, there's a lot of disconnection, a lot of distance between the two people involved. And no one is just understanding the other. No one is understanding, you're not understanding your partner is not understanding you. No matter how you explain, no matter how you want to communicate, you just realize that this thing is not making sense. I'm not having any headway. Before you bring up a topic, it ends up in a quarrel. If care is not taken, that topic will end up in a quarrel. Why? Because a mindset has been formed. Maybe the husband now has a mindset. This woman is too nagging. Whatever she wants to say now, she wants to nag. Or maybe the wife already has a mindset about the husband. This man is a very wicked man. Whatever he wants to say now is not from his good intentions, it's from his wicked heart. When those strongholds are already formed, there cannot be communication, there cannot be free flow of communication. Because before you bring up a topic, a mindset is already there. A mindset is already there. So majorly what we should do at this time is to pray more and to talk less. Pray more and talk less. Okay? At this point in time, whatever you see, pretend as if you didn't see it. It's not everything you see, you talk. It's not everything you see, you comment. Sometimes you see and you do not see. The more you look, the less you see. So, that is just to maintain peace, a peaceful atmosphere. Like I said, we are talking about emotional torture. Because it gets to a point when there's no longer communication. Let's assume that the man is no longer communicating with the woman. The woman becomes depressed. She has anxiety. She becomes anxious. She begins to have anxiety issues. She begins to have fear. What is the next step? What is this man up to again? If he comes back again, the house is tensed. It's only when he's away you enjoy a little peace. But when he returns, the atmosphere will change. When you are living in such an environment, there's likelihood for you to be depressed. There's likelihood for you to be resentful, angry, unhappy. A lot of emotional issues come up because of this break in relationship, this emotional torture. You are being tortured emotionally, and you don't know who to discuss this issue with that will understand you. But I want to assure you that there's someone that will understand. Take out time. If you're in that situation right now, take out time. Look for a jotter, maybe a journal or a jotter. Take your biro and write how you feel. Write a letter to God. Every day. Father, today I woke up very, very depressed. I'm not happy with the situation in my home. I want you to intervene. I don't know how you are going to do this for me, but I know that you are able. And as you are writing, be pouring out your heart, and have this belief that God is right there with you. That God is right there with you. Father, as I write this, please, wherever my husband is, just touch him. As he comes back home today, I don't want to have a bad atmosphere. I don't want to have bad feelings about him. And as you are writing that, also write about yourself. Father, I need help also. I want to be able to accommodate this man. The hatred I'm feeling for this man, Father, remove it from my heart. Write a letter. Write a letter. Write it, pour it out. God can read letters. So it's a good letter reader. I can read the letters. No matter how long that letter is, just write. Begin to write. And you realize that by the time you start writing, you will now realize that you have eased a burden. You will realize that you are feeling better. The burden is being eased. And as you do that, when you finish, tell yourself, talk to yourself. Speak out. When you're alone, talk to yourself. Mary, you don't have to live with this. Mary, you don't have to endure this. Mary, you can do better than this. Mary, you can do all things because Christ has strengthened you to do that. Call your name. My own name is Mary. Mary, you can't live with this torture all your life. Mary, refuse to be depressed. You are a child of God. Talk to yourself. Talk to yourself. And look for scriptures that addresses that condition and situation you are going through right now. Then if you have a friend around you that you know you can confide in, you can talk to, pour it out. Because the truth is, most depressed people that gets to suicide level is because they did not talk. They bottled up everything in their heart. And you know what this does? It leads to terminal diseases. The Bible said, a merry heart doeth good like medicine. What that simply means is that if your heart is happy, your body will be well. So, invariably, if your heart is sad, your body can become sick. So, after talking to yourself, I'm satisfied. Don't just think that the devil will not fight you. I didn't say that too. Don't be surprised. Maybe that very day, after doing all those things, the man will come again. Immediately enters, he will start throwing things and start making noise and start disturbing the atmosphere, trying to change the atmosphere. Don't allow it. Okay? Don't allow it. This video is becoming longer than usual. Don't allow it. Talk to yourself, Mary, you can handle this. Mary, this is your home and you are here to enjoy it. The devil will not steal this home from me. The devil cannot steal away my peace. Devil, you cannot steal my joy. I'm not saying you should tell your husband that. Talk to yourself. Speak to yourself. And if it's the man, speak to yourself. And as you do that, do what you need to do normally. You know, when the devil wants to come raise an ugly head and he sees that his opponent is not fighting, it weakens his power. We are human beings. The enemy, if you don't guard yourself well, the enemy can come in and use anybody. Can use you, can use your husband, he can use the children, can use a friend, can use anybody. So when there is a problem in any marriage, look out for who the devil wants to use and begin to pray for that person. It might not be you, it might be your partner. Sometimes it might even be you. Be truthful to yourself and tell yourself, Satan, you cannot use me. Let me also tell you one secret. When the devil is fighting a relationship, especially a marriage relationship, you know what he's fighting? He has no business with your marriage. Your marriage does not mean anything to him. He's fighting your spiritual life. Because if you are emotionally tortured and emotionally down, you cannot pray. You cannot worship. You cannot connect. You cannot hear from God. So, what is he doing? He's masking, he's coming in the form of fighting your marriage, but he's actually fighting you. He's actually fighting you. That's why I said, sometimes when these things happen, we find it difficult to pray, but don't find it difficult to write. Don't type on your phone, carry biro, write. Write the paper. Forget about how many pages. Just write how you feel. Pour it down on that paper. Write it. And tell Father, this is a letter I've written to you. I know you will handle it. Thank you once again for joining me. My name is Mary Egbude, and this is Godly Counsel with Mary Egbude. And today we looked at emotional torture, emotional issues in marriage. And if you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, please subscribe and send this link to your friends. Send this video to your friends. You never know who you are helping. You never know who you are blessing. God bless you once again for listening. And the more you share this, the more you help people build their homes and their marriages. Your home, the enemy will not destroy your home. But the truth is, you have a part to play. Every marriage you see out there that is working, somebody did the job. It didn't just work. Somebody did a good job. And the person had God with him or her, because you can't do it alone. You cannot walk alone. God bless you. I'll see you in my next video.